Welcome to the Actor Bank. This video will show you how to create your actor profile in just 3 steps. Scroll to the bottom of the page where you'll see the button for step number 1. Enter in your Hawk ID and your password. We use this information to authenticate and to limit only you to be able to enter the information for your account. But please be aware that the director and the team leaders, who may also be students, will be able to see the information you post. Then simply sign in and you'll be taken to step number 1, headshot upload page. You will be entering in a digital file of your headshot. It should be in the format of a JPEG. Now most digital cameras will record as JPEG files. Scanners can also convert images into JPEGs. You'll see right here that we want it to be no more than 5 megabytes in size. So please take a look at the information before you upload. I'll also be able to see the JPEG to confirm that I uploaded the correct one. There we go. Now, this is a lousy headshot. And not because of the quality of the photograph, which is actually pretty decent, it's blown up very large here, but because I don't look anything like this anymore. This is from my college days, last century. In fact, I think I look a little like a Russian philosopher in this shot. I no longer wear my beard that way. My hair is significantly shorter now, is a polite way of putting it. And so, no, I would not recommend something like this. You want a headshot that looks like you do currently. So, once you've uploaded that headshot with this button here, you can move on to the next step. Step 2, resume upload. Now for your resume, you have 3 options. You can post the information as an HTML, you can post it as a JPEG, or you can enter the information directly on your profile page. I'll walk you through each of those options. Alright, so here's a resume, and currently it's built in Microsoft Word. So what I can do is I'll go up to File, drop down to Save As, and now I'm giving several options. So in addition to choosing where I want to save it, I can choose right here, Format, click on that option. So you want to scroll down until you get to HTML, and then you'll be able to save the document. And here's the result. Now, here's the problem. So HTML works well if it's a very straightforward, simple layout to your document. But if you start incorporating multiple columns or tables, or if you include images, you're going to have a problem. HTML does not read those in the same way that we'd expect a Word document to. So you can see that the columns here are not lining up correctly. So the second option might be better for me. It involves a little bit more work, but I would essentially take my resume, and probably the easiest way would be to scan it and save the scan as a JPEG. That would be the simplest way to store it as a JPEG. You can also look online though for JPEG converters. At any rate, you can then browse, find that file that you want to put in. I'll put it in as a JPEG here, upload it, and just like your headshot, you'll be able to see a sample of your current resume to make sure that you selected the right file. And up here you'll see it was uploaded. Please review it by clicking here. And now I'm seeing the image saved as my resume. Great. Now we can proceed to step 3, the actor profile page. For the actor profile page, because it's stored on a different server, you will need to enter your Hawk ID again. We're simply going to another part of the university storage system, but the entire actor bank is stored at the university. You will then be able to choose theater auditions, and here you'll have your page. So, first off, enter in your first name and your last, and then begin filling in the blanks. And you can choose for all of these windows. You can walk your way down, fill in the information. If it has an asterisk, that is required. If you don't fill in something that has an asterisk, you will not be able to save your responses. So we do need your Hawk ID here, and we need your university ID number. Then if you scroll a little further down, you'll see that we're also asking for some of the same information that used to be on the old paper form. Your height, weight, hair color, eye color, year of birth. We also ask your race, ethnicity. Now please be aware that the directors will not see these entries. The race ethnicity is simply for the department to track its diversity goals, so it will not have any bearing on your casting. Over on the right hand side you'll see abilities, And again, you can choose yes, or in my case, no, I do not sing. You cannot choose maybe or sometimes or depends what bar I'm at. It's simply yes or no for your dance styles. Again, fill in all the information. Under skills, you may choose to put in some of the languages that you know. There's a lot of options for the information that you want to present. Scroll further down, and now we'll see those 3 ways of listing your experience, your resume. If you upload an HTML, it would appear here where it's currently saying forbidden. If you uploaded the JPEG, it would show up here where it's currently saying not found. As you can tell, I'm working with a beta version. All this will be functional when you get to this page. And then the third option. So let's say that you don't have a resume yet. Don't worry about it. We expect that a number of students, especially as they begin on our program, will not have a resume. So instead, you'll just enter the information directly in these boxes where it says Experience 1, type in the name of the play, your role in the play, and the theater that produced it. Then click on the tab for Experience 2, so on and so forth. The next section will list out your show preferences. So in this case, you can click No Preference, Any Show, or you can choose to make, let's say, Eurydice your first choice, Mad Woman your second choice, and so on and so forth. Now, know that we value your preferences greatly when it comes to casting. If 2 shows want to cast you, congratulations, first of all. Secondly, what we'll do is we'll compare the sizes of the roles. So if it's a similar size role, one of the principal roles for both shows, then we'll go to the show preferences. And in this case, if Dry Cycle wanted to give a leading role and Eurydice wanted to give you a leading role, you'd be casting Eurydice because we'll look at your preferred show. Here's the great thing about the new online database. The Actor Bank is a live feed. So let's say that after callbacks, it turns out that Stegosaurus, you knew nothing about them, but now after an excellent callback, you go, I'd really like to do their show. Now, maybe I also want to keep Eurydice as 1. You can list all of these as 1 if you'd like, but you can mix and match, you can change them as you go, and we'll be able to see the final information in the casting session. Over on the right-hand side, this is one of the most important buttons that you're going to be clicking, participating in November auditions. You have to select yes in order for your information to appear to the directors. The reason we have this section here is to make sure that, let's say you participate in November, then March rolls around and with a new play festival, but maybe you can't do the new play festival. Maybe you're designing, maybe you're not here in the spring. I will clear all of the yeses and you'll have to select again in the spring. This way your file will not be available unless you are auditioning in that cycle. You also list any callback conflicts that we hope you don't have, but you can list it out for Sunday or Tuesday or Wednesday. And then finally, as you scroll a little bit further down, any rehearsal conflicts for the actual shows. Be aware, if you list a conflict on this form and you are cast in a show, the director must honor that conflict. It is guaranteed. So if you say have a wedding and it's going to be, let's say Valentine's Day and all day, then if I cast you in the show, I cannot ask you to appear on that day. But if you wait until after casting and then you let them know, oh, you know what, I have a wedding this weekend I have to go to, well, tough luck. They can choose to honor that, but they are not required to. So please be aware. Lastly, at the bottom, are you interested in readings? This is not any sort of obligation on your part. It's simply so we can create a list so that anyone who's conducting a reading can get your email address. They can send out a large announcement to hopefully the 50 or 75 people who are interested to say, if you're interested in this particular reading, please contact us. It just adds you to a mailing list. It does not obligate you to do any readings whatsoever. When you're done with this information, then you'll just want to scroll all the way back up to the top and click Log Out and Save Changes. When you show up for the auditions, we'll have a stage manager at the sign-in table. They will be able to pull up your profile in the view, the format that the directors will see, and just make sure that everything appears properly, and away you go.